gonna wait for a few more people to get in, and then we'll start, guys. If you want to chat, you're more than welcome to chat in the voice chat. What's up, good Sal? What I want to do today is I want to go through some of the alerts that came on, as well as go a little bit about a rundown like we did last time. Go on how you could utilize the bots, as well as some playbacks from the ultimate bot, and showcase a little bit of that for people that missed it. I want to do full transparency. I want to show you guys winners and losers. Uh, the few losers we've had. To be honest, I don't think we took a stop since the last time we were on stream, but definitely want to go over some things. Definitely want to see where some trades went, and go over some questions that you guys have. I know a lot of people joined the server recently, so that's kind of crazy. Appreciate everyone that's new. 4,200 people are in the server. That's kind of wild. What's up, McKinley? What's up, OP? Oiled, my boy. What's going on? What's going on? What's up, Brains? Long time no talk, bro. See you here. So throughout the stream, I'll just periodically be jumping back and forth between a chart and the Discord. So I'm gonna need to see some numbers, some entry points, and stop losses that were hit, if any. Also, we did the stream today on a Saturday just to gauge how many people can join on Saturday compared to Tuesday. It looks like more people want to join on Tuesday, but we're gonna go forth anyway. I'm doing good, Lucky. Thank you for asking. Yeah, been a while, bro, but good to see you, man. Haha, Muzza. Yeah, no, no. What I want to do here is I want to go over some things that the bot went over. Let's change the window here. Take a look at my Discord. And just go over some levels that the bot's been printing, we uh some trades that we had on the bot and stuff like that. So I mean, obviously throughout the week we've been having divergences print, these quad divs print on total and the indexes. We've yet to really see things react. We got a reaction off the bottom, which was nice if you caught it. Um, but we were leading into divs. So I mean, as you know, these alerts are more or less for your own discretion. Play directionally if you are playing these. So like right here, 2218, it was flashing divs. Um, that was on the 23rd. So it's been a few days since we got this, but this was on the 23rd. As we were dropping down on the 23rd, I mean, you guys can see, like, I'm gonna switch the chart again, just for people that don't know how to play divergences. Like right here on the 23rd, we're seeping down into this demand level right here. Obviously not support, but close to it. I mean, as close as you can really get here with this big demand pile up below. And we're getting that divergence print here, right? So the divergence printed literally right there. It's a little cheeky one, but you got it if you got it. And if you're in this Discord, you got alerted right when that divergence popped up. This was the only 4 hour divergence on this move down. Oh, no, we had one right here. That I sniped this one. This was an easy one to get. And this was before the weekend price action last week, before we eventually dropped down further. But you see how the divergence printed yet again right here. So one right there, one right there. Both paid out, both successful. The problem with this one right here is that this divergence would have alerted you after the closure. So you wouldn't have had sufficient time to enter this one. But that's why I say use your directional bias and assume direction before you do anything. Over here we had significant sweeps. We're just piling down lower, no real relief until we got to this level here, which then we got some relief from. And for now, we're getting divergences. OVV, we're getting some bearish divergence on the OVV side. So if we start to do something where we pop up, we move up here, print a little bit of a bearish divergence on BTC, I can see that happening into the weekend where we pop up, take the highs out, print a bearish divergence, confirm with the RSI, confirm with the OBV, and then drop down from there, maybe pop up to that 42.8 level. So just want to show you guys a little bit about the divs, and just for people that didn't know, uh, these streams I want to do more or less showcasing the bots and how to stack them and play them, as well as go over my checklist throughout the day. But not really gonna do most of that here. I'll do that a lot more in the wealth group. Over here, this is more for showcasing how to stack the bots and just kind of using confluence that you would like to use. I just want to take a look at Total 2 really quick and show you guys as well. We got this on the 22nd. We were getting a lot of divergences print. That's majors. Put indexes really quick. So we had that quad div stack around the 23rd, right? 23rd, 24th. We got the divergence printed. OBV, 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 OBV. Was there any divs on the R sign? Okay, so a lot of OBV divergences down here, which is very interesting because you can see right here on total two, there is no divergence. So we actually did not get a divergence to play off of on the RSI. What you did get was you got that OBV divergence right there on the 23rd, 24th at 7 p.m. was that last div flash on the OBV. The problem was we were printing it on the whole way down. So the 23rd, it began to print, which was right here actually on this candle. So let me just confirm. So it's printing on the 22nd as well. Okay, so it was printing all the way up until the 22nd. So over here, you began to get the divs flash in the middle of support and resistance. Which is why I always say you want to use your directional bias. You got to use your terrain. You got to assume direction. And then we got more flashes way down here. So right when these wicks started testing support down here, we started to get a lot of flashes up. And this was a good signal to begin to build longs around this level. And if you built longs around that level, you call bottom. This was the higher low. And then up here, you're just kind of playing with fire. Assume direction and go from there when you're playing with these divs. It's very important to do. Combine your confluence, combine your terrain. I'm gonna go back to the Discord real quick, check if anybody has any questions so far. I'm gonna slowly get into the ultimate bot predictive bot. Anybody have any questions so far? Anybody have any questions on how to actually use indexes or? Because right now I'm just going over divs, more or less. I'm not popping up the OBV divs, but the OBD divs, the OBV divergences signal strength coming into a specific index coin. So it's a good sign to say that the trend could potentially be reversing via people trying to buy around these levels. That's what the OBV signal. And when you have a divergence on there, it shows that influx. With the RSI divs, obviously RSI is RSI. That's a relative strength index. You're going to get a different divergence print. How about RSI 30-minute divs? They work the same way, but you got to assume terrain. Remember, so let's look at some 30-minute RSI divs that printed. So I'm just going to go on a random one here. That's major. So let's go on an alt, on random alt. And if you guys have any questions about the 30-minute divergences, Dilio made a very good video. You can check it out on YouTube. If you want to pin that video in the chat really quick, bro, beautiful. He did a very, very good video on it. But I'm gonna do one here as well. So let's say today at 11:30 a.m. Let's see if this is a good example. We got FTM printing a 30-minute OBV and RSI div around resistance. So remember, we're pushing into resistance after getting a significant move up in the week. You want to know what happened within the week, right? You want to know where we're trading. We're trading in the middle. So when you're playing these 30-minute divs, you're playing in the middle of price action, literally right in the middle. So all you have to go off of is we're in the middle of support resistance, and I'll show you on the chart as well as total two. Remember, we took into account total two, which is the overall index of everything, alt wise. We're in the middle. Support resistance. If you think upside, this is your higher low around demand. If you think upside aggressively, this is where you go long. Shorting gets a little bit difficult here unless we pop up a little bit more like around this level. This level would be a good level to start attempting a short. And you want to take all that into account when you're playing these 30-minute divs specifically. So that 30-minute div for FTM flashed at 37.08 was the current price. The current price is 37.05. That flashed an hour ago. If you took that divergence, I mean, you took a logical divergence, right? Like, it's a logical divergence. It printed, it would have printed a few times, to be honest. Like, if I go back and check how many times it printed, it would have printed a few different times because I see a few different divs. Like, yeah, so 11 a.m. it printed. It printed at 10:30 a.m. It printed at 10 a.m., right? It printed on the whole way up here. So it printed right here. It printed right here. It printed right here. And it printed right here. So it printed that 30-minute divergence on the way up, right? So that's why I say like you want to keep into account of terrain. It keeps pushing into it, and then when you get those 4 hour divs, that's when you can start to get a little bit more conviction in the play. But right here, these 30-minute divs, you can see like it's starting to roll over here. You got a reaction around here. So if you entered in, let's say if you entered in around this divergence here, which would have been your first divergence right here, it would have dropped slightly and then it would have reversed back up. You entered right here. It would have dropped and then reverse back up. So 2 out of the 3 divs would have paid, or I should say 3 out of the 4 would have paid, but one not really so, which would have been the one right here. But remember, you're playing with terrain. You got to know where you're trading in and have a directional opinion of the market. The market's tight chop right now after a big move. These 30-minute divs might not act accordingly. But that's not to say that they won't right now. So what you would do right here is as price is resisting, as price is punching into key levels, you can maybe then say we should maybe take out this high first. So I'll put my alert up for that high. We will get alerted on another 30-minute divot if it pops up there, because I mean that's just kind of how the trend looks. But and you are getting reactions right here. So you got a 2.5% reaction off of one. You got a chance to get out break even. Let's say if you were in here on this drop right there. Um, there's a few ways to play it. You just got to be compiling a few different confluences when playing those 30-minute divs whilst having an intraday perspective of the market where you see fit. Um, I would combine other confluences such as take a look. You got to remember, there's a lot of 30-minute divs that are printing. Uh, if we're trading in a trending market, I would say these divergences should be well off. Like right here, where we assume, let's say on total two, we reacted off support, we moved up, we assume a higher low, right? We assume a higher low to print. So let's say around the 24th on Thursday, we're going to take a look at FTM. Like over here, the reason why it's sketchy, it's because we don't know if we're gonna go up or down. We're in the middle chopping between support resistance. You gotta have a plan for up or down right here if you're not positioned already, in my opinion. If you're taking positions now, you're playing with fire. So if we're assuming a higher low right here and we're not positioned from the low, we will have a 30-minute divergence print here. I'll show you guys that right here. And you're assuming upside off of that 30-minute div. So right here, you would have got alerted right there. Right there. Very, very, very cheeky, slow grind down into the 30-minute divergence. Just want to see if there's any other one that printed. Yeah, so over here you would have been alerted. 12:30 on the 24th. I'm gonna find that card for you guys just so you guys can see. So many divergences print on this one. Remember, you're formulating a plan beforehand. So when I think there's a higher low gonna print and you think we're gonna hold and you get a 30-minute divergence to confirm, this is your grinding confirmation down, right? Because you're not enter. It's kind of hard to place a limit order here. There is good places to place limit orders on, and maybe the hourly has a demand pile up. Yeah, there's a demand right there. So you get that 30-minute div compile right within that hourly demand zone, um, confirming your high or low. This is a no-brainer entry for long, especially if you assume position. I'm just trying to find that card because I guarantee you there was the card that popped up. You gotta assume these levels. You gotta assume where you think price is gonna go before it reverses. Assume where the divergence is gonna print. Have your directional bias, of course. Give me 1 sec, guys. 1 sec. I'm just trying to find this card. Right there. FTM, 30-minute divergence at around 33334. Yep, right there. So you got that divergent print right there. You assume direction, you assume the higher low, and you got that. The divergence confirms on the closer, which is why it's not at the bottom, but at 3334 right here, around this level. This is where your divergence confirmed, and this is where you enter. Remember, you got that hourly block right here. You got the index is assuming a higher low, right? Right here. You assume strength towards the upside off of support. And those are really the confidence you want to be utilizing with these 30-minute divergences. I hope I answered your question. I hope that helped out. But remember, it's a 30-minute divergence, not a 4-hour divergence. So you do want to take it with a grain of salt, but utilize it within your confluences. If you utilize it within your confluences, like over here, let's say we think we're going to drop down and we're going to print another high low and fill some of the gaps. I use FVG at times. We have some fair value. I would say even over here. This would be a great level to see if we drop down, right? If we drop down here, we grind down here, we print a 30-minute div right here, and then continue up. This would be a signal and a trigger to go long. Because then the divergence would probably do something like this. Maybe it would hug this thing right here and then put that higher low there. Bam, bam. And then you would have a confirmation around this level. But you utilizing your confluences have to do that when you're playing with these smaller time frame divs. Hope that answers your question, but I don't want to go too much longer about it. Oh, it's on Discord right now? I didn't change it. But yeah, what I was saying right there, if let's say you're looking for a 30-minute divergence on just FTM because we're talking about it right now. We have this significant low flip right here, right there. Goes in with the range high, flip right there, breakout and move. If you don't assume aggressive upside right here, then you're assuming we're gonna maybe reject down here, crawl down to this level where you're interested in buying. Like I said again, I use FVGs at times, especially when you have caps to fill like this. We have some good fair value gaps right there. We would sweep that low right there. So this for me would be a good entry regardless. But then when you want to tie in that 30-minute divergence, and say we're looking at the 30-minute right now, you're going to look for a sort of reaction that happens around this level. So whether the reaction be we sweep down, deviate, print, let's say we print like a cheeky little lower low and a lower low right there. And then we print with the RSI, we go down, we react off the 50 before ultimately moving back up. We would get a cheeky little 30-minute divergence right there. And this is what you would react to off of. This would be your entry trigger because you understand where you are trading around. And then to top that all off, we can move back into the Discord, right? And then you could look for other confluence. You could look for, let me see where, let's say I want to look and see where there's support resistance levels on for FTN because I'm not familiar with it. So let's say we go to the support resistance alts. We're going to go to, let's say, the higher time frame. We're going to click FTM. Now we're going to get our levels. So now we have 4 good levels to play, right? We know we're trading around the middle of it. you can draw these levels on your chart if you'd like to. But let's say you want to go down to a more, let's say you want to go down to the 4 hour, and then you're going to click on the 4 hour because entry pretty soon. Let's say you want to get an entry pretty soon. There's not enough levels on the 1 day. So the 4 hour, you're getting more levels here. So let's say I draw these levels on my chart right now, just for example, and for the sake of the example, we got one at, what is that, 3583. Bam, that's one. We got one at 3230. Bam, that's another. Right down there. And then we got a resist level at 3954. Bam. So we got three levels off of the bot on the lower time frame. Not lower time frame, I'd say like 4 hours, so mid time frame. And I'm gonna draw them in blue so you guys can see. And so I just drew these levels. And then 4570 is above them. I'm not gonna draw it too high. And then let's say the 1 day we got that 287 level. That's gonna be our hefty one. So we got 287. And remember, these are areas that are printing off of 3 years worth of price action. So you get sufficient price action to play off when you're playing these levels here. This is 3 years worth of price action that are being automatically generated with every click. So every time you click it, it takes everything into account always. So my daily levels I put in red, just want you guys to see. And then I'm going to go on the 1 hour and I'm going to show you how to customize your charts via the bot really. Oh, I never seen it fail to interact. Native. That was weird. It's usually really quickly, but whatever, we got it. So now in the 1 hour, really, really, really low time frame. So we got 3583. Already drew that one on the 4 hour, 3743. So we got resistance right above. I'll draw that one in green. And I'm going to show you guys my chart in a second. 3743, 3583, 3343. Bam. So that 33, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that 3343 level. The reason I'm looking for that is because that's the one that's the area that we're looking to get long if we get that 30-minute div flash. And that 3583 is a good one as well. So, but we already have that level. We're trading right above it. And then 3137 is right below there. All right. So we pretty much have our levels here. Let me flip back to the chart and show you guys how it looks now. So the green ones are going to be your hourly. The blue ones are going to be your 4 hour, and then the red ones are going to be your 1 days. Ignore the black ones for now. Just for text purpose, just for example purposes, let me add text. So this is going to be your 4 hour lines, your 1 hour lines, and this will be your 1 day lines. That's the daily. So blue is 4 hour, green is 1 hour, red is 1 day. I saw an hourly line around here. This green one is interesting to me because that's where we would assume us to react if we do assume a higher low from here and we start to reject from here. I would think this would be a really good level to buy, especially a 10% move down would be a very good level to buy. If you don't think we're going to be that aggressive, then you would look for this level, which would be a sweep of these intraday lows for a move down here because we are getting some bearish divergence flips, but you want to know what is the move after going to entail because you're not necessarily super convinced to take a short or a long here. What you do want to know is after the first move happens, what are you going to do on the next move and the next move after that? And this is a move that I could potentially see playing out pretty well here, especially because we got that support level. We would sweep these people out and leverage. Let's say if you're entering along here, you probably have your invalidation below the lows. Those would take those people out. And then we would have a good and comfy position for the upside because that's where we assume us to go, especially because our 4 hour level up here has yet to get tapped. And then let's say on the 30-minute, we might even print a divergence around this level if things get a little freaky. Yeah, we could print a 30-minute divergence around this level, which where I would look for a reaction around here. If we print a 30-minute div around this level, that would be a trigger for me. So I would put an alert right there, and I would just let it ride. Whatever happens, happen from this level. You don't necessarily want to go short, but we're getting 30-minute divs flash. It seems to be getting a little bit weak, but it is holding pretty strong up here in this little trend that it had from the bottom over here. And unfortunately, not unfortunately, because I really don't want to incorporate 15-minute divs, but you probably got a 15-minute div around here. Oh no, this is just a double bottom reversal right down the lower time frame. So pretty good confluence to get long around these levels if you're looking for an intraday scalp right here, which would have netted you a good 3% move. And again, you got to remember, what are these people in these positions thinking? Are they taking profit at the range highs because that's where we're trading at, or are they assuming position for higher? You know, and that's kind of how you have to look at this. If you think we're going to go lower, we are going to probably sweep these lows, and that's how the way the market works, especially when you're trading right now. And all these tools really do is help you. So that's how I would use a support resistance spot as well, guys, on your own chart, especially when you're looking at one specific coin. You want to really know where the next moves are going to go and where we could potentially stay. Um, it's a little example there. You can also take a look at, you could always take a look at structure. So because we're talking about FTM, I'm just gonna look at the 4-hour on FTM, look at the structure on the 4-hour. Obviously, the structure is down. It's trying to reverse back up. We have yet to break this high, so we're not printing a higher high, and we're just printing lower lows, lower highs. We have yet to confirm on these closures yet. We have yet to have a move out of this little compression here. As soon as we have some resolution, we'll be able to see what the next move is. You can see it's compressing though, so that's, a move is going to happen soon for FTM. Um, and I would even look down at the hourly if you're looking to really take a position this weekend. So structure on the lower time frame is looking like it wants to go up. We've yet to take this higher, like I said. We printed that higher low. So the next one is either going to be a higher low, or we're just going to be, either this is the higher low or we're going to sweep down. If we sweep down to here, take these lows out and print that higher low within this little pocket of demand, which on my chart probably is a 2-hour demand level, that would probably signify a higher low to take out the next high if we don't take it out now. So as you can see on this, let's look at that 2-hour, because there's probably a good 2-hour block there. There is. There's a 2-hour block right below, right here, right down here. So what I can see is happening is kind of like what we just mapped out, but maybe slightly lower, and a deviation before moving up higher, and then taking out that high, printing that higher low, and then moving upwards. This I can see happening. This is actually a pretty good level to look for. I have my alert here. I'm ready to react upon if it happens, and I will show you guys for the sake of the video what you know, how it works, and I'll even find all the confluences too, just to show you guys. Because obviously we'll get the divergence flash if it comes. We'll get the retest of the support, which we have in our bot. We'll get the flip up over the higher low. We'll flip structure or continue structure, I should say, on the 1-hour, maybe flip structure on the 4-hour. And for fun, I'll take a look at EMAs as well. Just go back to the chat really quick. I'm going to post this here so we can look at it later. Oh, that's not a post. So I assume everyone's good there. Any questions, guys, on how to utilize the bot and what conflict you really have? Obviously, like I don't want to go over the Monday range and all that stuff. That's, we could look at the Monday range next week whenever new Monday ranges print, but that's pretty self-explanatory. The Monday range, all it's doing is it's telling you when the Monday range highs and lows sweep. And obviously you can use this as confluence as well. Like let's take a look at EDU. I don't really trade this coin, but we can take a look at what happened. And I mean, this is not really like I said, this isn't our own feature by any means necessary. This is just what we've implemented as a bot to make things easier when it comes to trading the Monday range. So EDU, I mean, fantastic reaction off the Monday high, sweep, retest, and flip. So we got an alert on the 27th, which was today, 12:30 that we flipped and swept the Monday high. So if you assume upside, I mean, this was your flip level right here, and you would have made a nice little 3% off of that little sweep, right? So the Monday range acts as two things. Either we're going to sweep for higher or we're going to deviate it for lower. And that's kind of up to you and how you play it, really. That's really up to you. Like you can see right here on Friday, we deviated, flipped up on Friday, and began to move up. So on Friday, just curious if we got that catch on EDU. So, guys, I think that's a feature we should probably add if we don't have it. Oh, Thursday. Friday flip with Thursday tap. Is that a feature we don't have native? Uh, where the Monday low flips? Like it obviously it tried to flip a few different times. So one, two, three, four, and then it eventually flipped. So it would have tagged you a few different times. It's up to you to really gauge which way you think it's going to go. But you could see it flip that Monday low, and then you could target the Monday high. What you would have been alerted of is the Monday high flip. And I actually want Dilio to hop on really quick and explain how he would play the Monday range because he made a good video of it recently. And then I'm going to jump back and I'm going to talk about the ultimate bot. My boy, you on the computer right now? No, no, you're good, bro. You're good. Oh, okay, okay. No, no, all good, all good, all good. I just want to explain a little bit of the Monday range, but it's not too much stress, guys. I do want to go over a little bit with native later on because I do think there's a few things we can do to improve the Monday range. I'm talking about more or less like right over here where you want to be alerted when these levels tap. The problem is there's so many coins, obviously, right? There's so many coins, so many Monday ranges that are testing that you need to be the one monitoring whenever these levels are tapped. The main focus of the bot is to tell you when these levels are tapped. That's really the main focus of the Monday range bot. So I don't want to overcomplicate that too much. Yep, just give me one sec, guys. I got someone at my door. Give me one sec. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Get back in business. Get back in business. Appreciate it, though. Yeah. If you guys have any more questions about that Monday range, you could definitely look at that video. What this is just a tool to help you gauge when the Monday range taps and stuff. Maybe I'll go through another example here, just to show you guys maybe a better example. I mean, let's take a look together. I like to turn the Monday range off like in the middle of the week, depending on like how explosive moves were. Sui at 113. There was a high sweep. Let's take a look. Or how it reacted, I should say. So yeah, I mean, I was watching the Sui flip live. I mean, it was pretty much a beautiful January 23rd at 10 o'clock. Yeah, I mean, you caught this one. You caught a massive trade. You could see the high sweep at 10:11 a.m. Right? It was a super bullish coin. Open interest was peaking through the roof. And this was Monday range was painted, right? Sunday closed, Monday low, Monday high, revert down, high or low, retest the Monday high once, lower high, didn't retest it, so you didn't get alerted for this. You did not get alerted for that. Moved down, took out those lows, swept it, moved up, chopped around before taking out the high. You got alerted right here for Sui that the Monday high swept right here. Okay, so you got alert right there, and then you as an analyzer, you're supposed to have these levels drawn, right? You have a big trend here that we have yet to breach, that we are breaching in confluence with that Monday high sweep, and Sui is super bullish. You have two entries. You could enter one as close to a retest right here as you can, which would have made you 8.4%. Let's say if you entered on the break without giving yourself room for a retest would have been very illogical to do, but you could have done that. Would have gave you a 6.5% move, even though you would have been slightly underwater there. Or you could have entered logically right down here, right? You retest the Monday high, which I don't think you get. See, that's what I don't think you get an alert for that. Yeah, you don't get an alert for this. You don't get an alert for this. It would be cool, but there would be too many things going on at a time to do that, in my opinion. I don't think we got to really worry about that. The main focus is for you to know was the high swept, was the low swept, right? It's your job to really say, like, all right, if we sweep this low, what do I think is going to happen after that? Do I think it's going to come back? Because if I think it's going to come back, I put an alert there myself, right? Just like right here. Do I think it's going to come back? If it's going to come back, I put an alert right down there. That's where I think it's going to hold, especially after a move like this. And you see right here, you would have made a massive move. I mean, you would have gotten an absolutely massive. And I was watching this. Like, I was literally just watching. I wasn't even playing. It's stupid me. 32% move. Obviously, you would have taken profit way before that on this pop, I would say. 16.3%. And then obviously, if we're looking at the 30-minute divergences, there was some nice 30-minute divergence print on SUI. I can guarantee it right down here. I can just see the price action and know there was. Bam. You got one right there that would have made you a little bit, but obviously that's not what you're going for. Would have made you 4.3. That's a good amount on leverage. And then you would have had one right here. So you would have had two clean 30-minute divergences print within a key level. Again, you're looking at a key level. Where's your key level? 4-hour demand. We got 4-hour demand right here. Significant level to flip of support right here. We're starting to get 30-minute divs as well as you assume a higher low to print. And this is a nice entry right there, intraday. I was looking for a little bit lower. You know, is what it is. But this goes to show you that, you know, you use your confluences and you play them right, and this is what you're looking at. So that's the Monday range, guys. Pretty much I covered that. How you should be able to play it. I'm in the bathroom watching. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Enjoy the bathroom, bro. I hope whatever you're doing there works magically. I would not short Sui. Not short Sui. I like the way it looks intraday here. It's too close to the highs, in my opinion. Like it's too close to the highs to short. That doesn't mean it won't work out, but there's other coins to short. If you're looking to short, just look for the weaker coins, man. There's no point in really looking at short strength here, in my opinion. But I can see it paying. I can see it paying. Like I can see it just dwindling down. We got a head and shoulder breakdown. I'll draw these. If we pop up here, that would be a good short. Then you're going to confirm a little lower high. We're going to pop out swing whoever's trying to market short with their stop loss above the high, right? Because people have their stops right here. That's the way the market works. People have their stops right here as well because it's above supply. We would swing above that, put in a bearish retest, retest the open. This is a good confluence for a short. This is a good confluence for a short. I would not short right here. It could pay you, like I said, but you got to take into account all the factors. Um, you could long, but is the long safe? Probably not. If I was looking for a long, I would look for a long where we're down here, right? When you're playing in the middle, you're playing with fire, and you would probably get a 30-minute divergence print here. Very, very light room for a 30-minute div over here. Like you don't get too much room for it. It would need to drop like now. Like it would need to drop pretty soon for to print a 30-minute div. And it would need to hold the RSI up like this. And then you would have a div right down here. This would be a good long if you get that div with it. But it would have to happen pretty soon. So but that's just a few things I'll look at. I'll leave the scenario because I can see this actually happening. But that's that. All right, let's get back to the ultimate bot, what everybody wants to see. So for the ultimate bot, guys, I want to be transparent, be very transparent. No, of course. Did we look at everything that I want to look at before that? Yeah, we went through pretty much everything. Uh, for fun, we could do coins. I mean, playing their EMAs and stuff. I don't really do EMA that much, but we decided to add this in because a lot of people do like it. And these are coins playing over their EMAs right now, so above the 200 EMA, I should say. You can see Blur is 10% above it, so generally means that it's relatively strong compared to the rest, but it's already 10% above it, so it's got to come back sometime soon. So, like I said, I wouldn't look to long anything too far above it. If they're right on it or looking to jump a little bit above it, then you could start to look for like APT looks a little bit stronger than the others, so you could start to look for. I guess you could look for longs there. Let me see. Yeah, much stronger than the others. Looks strong too on the chart. So I guess you could look for a long there depending on what compliments you use. Little sketchy area, like I said, this is a very sketchy area to get long now. But ABT is one of those coins that is known to run at the weirdest time. So definitely look for long there. I don't use EMAs too much enough to explain, but I just know the basis of it. All right. So now I want to look at the ultimate bot and see what kind of performances we've had over the last couple of days. The gang's printing. Sheesh. So from the last time we were on stream, the bot has fired off a few calls. Do you have the statistics, Native, by any chance, of those calls? I don't want to give any false information from the last time, and I'd need some accurate information. Because I know a few of the trades were underwater. Actually, quite a few of the trades went underwater, but does not mean they got stopped out. I don't think anything was stopped out yet. And if not, there's probably two of that are underwater, and the rest are performing pretty well. How could be have a good day, bro. Keep killing it. Keep killing it. Let's take a look real quick then. I think my boy Native is coding right now. So let's say we're gonna go back. Last time we were on stream was when the 23rd. Did we get on stream? Yeah, we were. We're on stream on the 23rd. So let's look after the 23rd. So after the 23rd, let's see. See, we incorporated invalidations as well. I don't want you guys to look at that too much yet. Get trade alerts from after the 23rd is what I want to look at. That's what I'm interested in. So then I get to show you guys what we did. So we had some shorts cancel. I feel like this one would have been a beautiful short on Sol. It's in that level right now, but it canceled it, unfortunately. We got a PTC short fill, already paid out now on that one, rejected right away. Okay, let's see. Wi-Fi short. Let me see. I'm gonna pull these up for you guys just to show you guys what the price did around these times. Remember, all these are limit orders, every single one of them. All of them are limit orders. They all give time to fill. So for full transparency, let's look at the Wi-Fi one. It filled on the 24th at 7:20 a.m. So let's look at this one first. So on the 24th at 7:20 a.m. So it filled right over here. Wi-Fi short 72. Make it fill. Make it fill. So it goes. Okay, here. It got filled right here. So it got filled at 7179 to 7215. So it definitely got underwater. And it got filled right over here. Bam. So the main rule with this bot is invalidations are 5% from the DCA entry, right? So just because it went underwater doesn't mean that you don't have time to escape it. You can see over here, you would have chopped around for a little while before it actually paid you out. But with all that being said, is that you wouldn't have been taken out of the play. It wouldn't have invalidated you. We went through hundreds and thousands of trades, and we found out that the invalidation that we play and that we set is the sweet spot. I've had a lot of trades come close, especially in Cascades. And remember, right now we're testing out like chop range levels and all that shit. So obviously it's a harder time to trade, but that's no excuse. The bot still would have went down. Let's even put it from 70, let's say 7,200 if you did not really look to DCA too much. You still would have been in the play and it would have been underwater, right? But then eventually it would have flipped back up and eventually you would have profited out off that play. And then it's up to you and your full discretion on how you would have played it, guys. This is why I want to be fully transparent with these type of entries. Now let's keep the line going. Keep the line going. So now I'm not going to keep you guys too long, but I definitely do want to be transparent with everything because this week over pretty much the last couple months of us testing it, I've noticed that a lot more trades are seeing underwater first before flipping up, which is good. You know, we don't always have to catch Pico because then we'll run into the problem of front running. We do want to get filled. But we also want to be fully transparent on the way that we're, you know, the way that we're moving, the way that the trades fill, and you know how you manage stuff like that. Which is why in the last call I said like I don't know if I'm trying to entertain the idea of us moving, take profits, us moving stops, this, that, and the third, because I just don't know. I don't want anything to really skew too much. Oh, we just got an alert for something, by the way. But I want to look at IOTA. So IOTA filled at the 24th again, same exact time. Wi-Fi filled. I don't think you guys can see that right there. IOTA 222, 223. Take a look at the chart. 222, 223. So on IOTA, you would have got filled, right? It would have pushed up right here. Oh, it's a short, not a. Oh, I'm tripping, guys. My bad. The Wi-Fi one was a short. Oh, okay, okay, that makes a lot more sense. So the Wi-Fi one, okay, so okay, now the bot looks amazing. All right, we do want to catch Picos, guys. My bad. So the Wi-Fi short would have filled 7179 to the Pico penny right there before rejecting. My bad about that, guys. I thought that was a long China. I'm like, why is it so far in the red? I did not. I don't remember that one being in the red. So yeah, we got a Pico entry on that one, guys. My bad. SKL as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I want to show everything. So you can see right here, the short would have paid right there in confluence with the sweep of that high, a little bit below Monday mid. It would have paid you right away. The invalidation is 5%. So remember, it's up to you and how you want to play the trade. If you want to take profit off this is up to you. Eventually, the trade would come above the entry, right? Eventually, it comes back up. We print a higher low here. Maybe this is confluence enough for you to close the trade, right? That higher low or the flip of the Monday low. Maybe that's enough for you to close that trade. But all in all, you got the top short with the Wi-Fi play. Now let's. My brain's a little bit foggy today, guys. Go back to the alerts. Go back to IOTA. All right, so again, IOTA 222, 223. Go to IOTA 222, 223 on the 24th. 7 o'clock. We would have gotten filled right over here. So you would have gotten filled on this one right over here. You would have gotten all your entries filled right there. And the price would have rejected 3.5% before eventually reversing back up. And then let's see how high it reversed back to give you that room. So if you did not take profit on this play, you would have been taken out of the play, right? This goes to show you that, you got to be managing these trades. Not every trade is going to be a 10, 20% win. And that's not the means of this bot. That's not what we're aiming to do. Although we would love to do that, you can't predict a home run as a regular trader. The ultimate bot or the AI bot's not going to be predicting 20, 30% moves all the time. So you got to be making sure that you're managing these trades and you're understanding where we're playing around, because this trade would have went into profit for 1 hour, right? It would have been a nice hefty position. You would have had your whole position. Let's say if you're playing 1,010x, right? And you're risking $500, you would have made roughly $350. But that's up to you if you want to profit, right? You have 1 hour demand. The trend looks a little bit impulsive. We're looking to flip the Monday mid. We've accepted over the Monday low. Use these confluences to tell yourself, maybe I should take profit or just close the trade or move your stops break even. That's why we're toying with the option of an alert that tells you move stops up, this, then, the third. But it's almost unrealistic because you guys can see what goes on. The next one is going to be BLZ. And I'm going to change the screen just so you guys can see the entry again for transparency. So far, we got two trades. One went for almost 5% before reversing up, which is the Wi-Fi one, and took time to reverse up, so you got time to close it. The IOTA one went 3.5% down, but it reversed in the next hour. So you only had an hour to close the trade before it would have stopped you out of the trade, okay? And keep in mind, all our trades tell you, is it high volume? Is it medium volume? Is it low volume? The low volume coins are the ones you're going to want to be TPing relatively fast or moving your stops relatively fast because you could get blind. And the ones you're going to want to be sizing down significantly less. So on BLZ, around that 124 time, 7 a.m. Oh, no, sorry. This one got filled at 11:50 a.m. right here. So 11:50, 307. Okay. Go back to my screen. And I'm gonna come up to some real hardcore trades that we got. So stay tuned, guys. So at 11, you got filled on BLZ. If I want to look at the right chart, you got filled right over here on this pop. You got filled at 307.06 to 308.6. So let's say we take the replay button back and we're acting as if price is just coming up to here. We got our fills. We're ready to go. We got filled at 307 to 307.86. So we got filled right here, and we got filled right here. So we got our whole entry is filled, right? PLZ is attempting to flip the Monday low. It closed the 1 hour above. What happens right after? Okay. Our invalidation is where? Our invalidation is, let's say, right here. So we have a pretty good room for error right here if the price were to reverse up a little bit, maybe creep to Monday mid before eventually rejecting down. So we got a lot of room for error right here. And it already looks like the price is rejecting. So the price went up 1.3% off full fills before rejecting 2% right away. You decide if you want to take profit from that. But the thing is, we're looking to reject out the Monday low on the first flip, right? This is the first flip of the Monday low. Who's to say we're going to flip the first time around? We have a range to retest. We have a lot of a gap to fill, a good amount of a gap to fill. We could open up our FEGs and look for some I can't look at FEGs on a replay. That's so stupid. Um, wow, that sucks. Anyway, there's probably FEGs here because we have fair value gas for sure. And then the price reject. Look at that. Beautiful entry right there on BLZ. Banger. That's a banger right there. That's a 1 hour play plus. You take profit and you move your stops. Right? Because now it's going to look to reverse. Bam. 7.8% on this play. Pico position. Retested the range fully. Retested this little cheeky demand level before reversing back up and retested the Monday low again. Okay. And now I just want to see like how often it would have retested your entry. It would have retested your entry again. And it looks like it would have, wow, would have rejected it again. Holy shit. PLZ would have paid twice and it would have still held that position right now. That's crazy. So, it's up to you if you want to play it again. I don't recommend it, but it goes to show you that these are good levels. These are very good levels. It took you out of this entry before ultimately rejecting again for the same gain. That's pretty insane, guys. It's pretty insane. Um, Now we're going to keep the ball rolling. We're going to keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. So far, we don't have a loss, right? We don't have a loss. Um, and I want to be fully transparent with that, guys. I want to be fully transparent with everything that goes on. That's what I'm doing now for the next few minutes. So if anybody wants to stay tuned, you can. There's a lot of people here, so I appreciate all you guys coming by on a Saturday. Let me see if you guys have any questions. Do you guys have any questions now? I'm looking at the chat. Let me know if you guys have any questions. How we get the trade alert access? It's not accessible yet. It's still in testing, which is kind of crazy because it's beast. I mean, 4% is pretty solid. Yeah, I believe 4%. Like I said, this is why we give you the tools for everything else that we do. So you guys have that. You guys have that directional opinion on where you think the market's gonna go. You understand the conflicts we're trading around. You understand what we're doing around these levels, so you could then take profit, right? I assume PLZ. I didn't play the BLZ trade, but it rejected the Monday low after the first retest. We had a giant gap to fill, so at least that's your TP1. And then you move your stops up. And when you're trading on leverage, 4% is nothing to laugh about. Which strategy? If you don't know how to use the bot, Tilio he's been working very, very hard on some YouTube videos with Hyper, so you guys could go take a look at that. That's what I hear makes me horny like a bit. I love it. Is it me that makes you horny or is it the bot that makes you horny? Which, yeah, I'm gonna have Taylor hop on future streams for sure. Which strategy WoodsBot AI? Nah, we don't have FEGs included. That's just what I use. Order blocks is, that's my bread and butter. Oh, you want to know which which strategy? That's not for me to answer, buddy. It's all good. It's all good. Honestly, it's every confluence that we provide for you guys. We're just tweaking it up and making things mash up the right way, right? So if you look at the support resistance bot, right? You look at support resistance, you got the levels, bam. You have an RSI div print, bam. You got a Monday low flip, bam. You got a significant high sweep, bam. You got an SFP, bam. You got the RSI testing the 50, bam. You got yeah, you know what I'm saying, like that. And it's combining these confluences to then formulate a system that consistently prints you the same type of triggers around the same type of levels. So you can use the same type of invalidation and yield results. That's what it does. Not no one does this type of pack testing with their bots. Not even exchanges like KuCoin or whoever uses a bot does it. Anyone that's had a bot that I've seen on Twitter is half-assed, in my opinion. That's why it's still in testing. Not to say everyone's is, but majority definitely is. And we could easily decode anybody's bot. Not saying that we could take their confluence or see what confluence they use, but majority of times, we've been able to pick apart people's bots, so we know what they're doing. Will there be a monthly fee to access it? We have not yet figured that out, GG. We need to figure out because in order to keep the bot going, that we're gonna have to bring on more developers. We're gonna have to bring on more coders. We're gonna have to keep maintaining the Discord. We're gonna have to up the server size because we have a few things we want to bring in, like that I'm gonna show you guys with the predictive levels and with the liquidation tool that we are bringing in. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that as well as I am, and that takes a lot to do. So I don't know if there's gonna be a monthly fee, but if there is gonna be a monthly fee, the VIPs are gonna be the one that's gonna benefit a lot. The mafia also is gonna benefit. Anybody who does not use the ref is just gonna have to do what it does that way. But I'm gonna let you guys know, and I'm gonna make sure that I look out for my supporters in a big way. So anybody that post their P&Ls, anybody that posts the way they stack the bots, anybody that helps me out with promoting, anybody that engages in tweets, anybody that wants to help around the server, you guys are heavily going to benefit. I can tell you that right now. I don't need quantity, I need quality. When it comes to people that use the bot, I really don't need quantity at all. I prefer quality over quantity anyway when it comes to people that use the bot because more liquidity that comes on these low liquid coins, meaning that they'll probably look to seek our stop losses here and there. So that's just going to make it which is the reason why I'm going to have people test the bot as well. So if you do want to test the bot, make sure you're trading on VIP. If you're not VIP or you're not helping around the server, then you're not going to be able to test it. And I do need people to test it pretty soon because I do want to see how liquidity uh, forces as a problem if that is the case. Yeah, so let's keep it moving. I'm in love with you, Suki. I love you. I appreciate it, Krasky, man. It's been a motherfucking hell of a month. Not in a good way, but a very good way for the bot. Yeah, it is what it is. It's trading. Happy to see you here, brother. Maybe we get a juicy live trade. I would say let's just slam short on Soul. I want to short Soul so bad. Like I want my revenge. I closed this morning, thank God. But I do think it's still a good short here. Like I think people are super bullish here on the weekend where they were last weekend again, and we got nothing. I think that's gonna happen this weekend, but we'll see. AI is getting stronger by the day. Do you think bots gonna replace traders in the future? Or are we still very early? I don't think bots are gonna trade personality, right? So people follow me not because I'm the greatest trader in the world. I'm great at certain things that I do, just like I think every trader is. I don't think every trader can trade every terrain. I think certain traders are better than others in what they do. But I think people follow others for their personality. I know I do. And that's what I could say. AI can definitely out trade this AI. It's you got to remember it's pumping 30 trades in any given moment. Like when I flash to active trades, I'm gonna flash the active trades for T minus 1 second. So if you wanna take any cheeky trades, you're more than welcome to here. 1 second, bam. See, there's always trades like that. There's always gonna be trades like that. It's always pumping out alerts. It's always pumping out trades. So it's not going to replace a trader's personality at all. So I don't think there's ever, there's never going to be that. But we are working on this, and we're working on an AI version or a human version of how you maneuver the trades, how they're doing it. So don't worry, we got a lot in the works. So RLC long got canceled, MNT short got filled. Let's see what happened with that short. Just moving down the list, guys. I'm not going to go through everyone, but I'm going to go through a few just because I want to show you guys if any hit a loss. Actually, like this is everything from the last time we were on stream to now. This is literally everything, which is the reason why we want to have these as well, so you guys can see the performance of the bot and how you would have reacted within the bot, how you would have felt if it would have been underwater. So MNT short 63998 to 6432, 124 at 7:30 p.m. So 124. That's I already think I see where we got filled. 63998, right up here. Bam. So, wow. Perfect short. 6398. You got filled right here to 6432. You got almost all your bids filled. You just missed your last bid. So it got half the bids. Let's call it half of the bids were filled. Not all the bids because it just missed there. But look at that. Pico perfection. Let's say you just got that one filled right there. Right? You just got one bid filled, half your entry right there. Bam. Beautiful. That's a 1 hour play. That's what I'm talking about. You secure profits from that play. Because just like everything I talk about, we assume a high or low, right? If you assume a high or low, you take profit. And that's a 1 hour on the play. That is an all day profit take, in my opinion. Your invalidation is up here. So, I mean, you can't give yourself room to be underwater in this play. You're literally not underwater in this play at all before it pays you out the 1 hour and you move your profits up or you move your stop up. Bam. So that's another one that we still have yet to have a loss, guys. I can't stress enough that there's not one trade here that we X'd out. I know I can X out shit right here. I'm not Xing out anything. I want to see what, because I don't play every single one of these trades, but I play a lot of them. Oh, XEM. Okay, so this one was a problem. This one was an L. I'm going to show you guys. Of course, it was the one that I was into. So XEM 125, 434, 432. 434, 432. Bam. XEM USD. Okay. Bam. So XEM, hate this coin, was filled on 125, 855 M. So it was filled right around here. Yep, right here. So it was filled 434 to 432 right here. So all your entries obviously got filled. And bam, you had an L, right? And you got stopped out right over here, like around here. The problem is we were trying to catch a steaming hot knife right here, which we're accounting for that. So this was an L, clearly. There's no hiding that. And this is full transparency. So, bam. Let's move back. So out of 5 trades, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, 1 trade was an L so far. And that was an L literally trying to catch a steaming hot knife. SKL. All right, so now we're moving on to a fat banger trade. Then we turn around and you get an SKL trade, which SKL and the bot loves SKL. Kills every SKL trade. It's crazy. Like for banger, multiple. So, and you got to understand, this is transparency, guys. It's not going to win everything, but remember, what was it, every 20, 22 trades, 24 trades or so, there's one L. So we probably don't have another L in this compilation of trades. So let's see what happened with SKL. So at 12:08 on 125. So 125 right down here. So 6854 to 682. We have our entries right down here. Let's see what happens. Bam. We have our entry filled. Immediate reversal. And it doesn't stop. Complete bottom. So just because we take, and remember, you're not playing every trade. You might miss this trade because there's got to be strict rules when you're playing the bot. You can't be playing every single trade. There's like 25, 30 trades at a time. You cannot be doing that. So, and over time, you will find which coins you like to play the most. What you got to chart up the coins before, and you want to see what the chart even looks like. And we will create strict guidelines on what we want you guys to do when you are playing the bot. But that's definitely a suggestion I can see. Did not even come underwater before flipping upwards. I mean, and I know everybody was in this one that has X to the bot. 21.5% without even a flinch. Not even going below entry. Not even close. XMR, I'm gonna go over next. Are we all keeping track so far? Everyone good? Everyone good so far? This is everything that we went from. I'm going on stream a lot longer than I anticipated to, by the way. So do apologize about that. I'm gonna wrap it up pretty soon, guys. I'm sorry for taking too much time, but I know you guys want to see full transparency on this. This is literally everything that's happened from the last time we were on stream. This is what I'm doing. There was that one loss, but out of six trades, 5 wins. One for 21.5%, one for 7.7%, one for four and some change, I think, one for 3%, which was that IOTA trade that eventually flipped back, which you would have had to close. So I'm going through what's happening with these trades, but also how you should be managing them, right? Almost every trade gave you a 1R, right? 4 out of the 6 gave you a 1R. One of the trades did not. One of the trades gave you 3.5% before reversing back up, and it would have taken you out. So you would have had to move your stop up for that. And then one, the XEM one, there's nothing you could do. It was an L. It is what it is. What is win rate? Sorry, I said that. I would say the win rate is about what is it, like 111 to 8? So what is that, like a 25%, or is that like an 88% hit rate or something like that? Kind of crazy. It's wild. Is there any way to automate ultimate bot? Yes, 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 yes. We are going to have an option to connect your API to the bot for sure. For sure. 100%. Yeah, it is wild. That's what I'm showing you guys. I want you guys to see. I want somebody to take notes. I'm taking the notes I take in my head, but this is for you guys to see. Like, this is the product that you guys are going to be utilizing. So let's take a look at the next one really quick, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying. I hope you guys are learning a thing or two. I hope I helped with the beginning, RSI stuff. So let's take a look at alerts. Let's go back. So XMR short. Remember, you want to chart the coins you're gonna put a fucking limit order on for, guys. You got to chart the chart you're gonna put. And I also have a business possibility, a collaboration with Teal Street, where they're gonna have our trades literally as a widget right on the trading platform on the terminal. You're gonna be able to click what trades you want, and it'll automatically input the orders for you as well. So that's an idea I'm exploring. I don't know how interested you guys are. Only if you guys are interested, I'll do it. If you guys aren't, then I won't. I don't really give a fuck about partnering or giving anybody access to my bot, except for you guys. So let's see XMR at 125. 125 at 750. It filled a trade. So let's see what happened with that trade. Because to me, it looks like it's kind of at a stalemate. And I know XMR is pretty bullish as of recent. So at 125 at 7, 157.9. Yeah, so this trade looks like it's underwater. So 125 at 7 from 157.9. You got filled right here. And 158 set. All right, it gave you a little bit of a looser DCA range here. You got filled right here. So this is the type of trade that I want to look at. It's not an immediate rejection, but it's not it's a choppy sort of trade, which is what we saw over the weekend. So these are the type of trades where if you enter in right now, it can be a very good trade, because it could be where we're chopping around until the eventual breakdown, right? So this is like the price is chopping around to do something. It's compressing around the Monday high as well as holding this little uptrend. So this is like above our entry. Right now, it's literally like, okay, so let's say our overall average entry is right here. It went 2.7% above before swinging 1.5% below, right? Our invalidation is 5%. Currently, the trade is sitting at 1% in the red. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of trade where the price is going to go somewhere soon. It's up to you and how you manage the trade and where you see it fit. We're at the Monday highs. We put in 2 lower highs attempting to breach the Monday highs. If we're not going to breach these highs and our invalidation is 5%, meaning that we still have a lot of room for error, it's still a good entry. It's still in the range of entry, even though it's not in the exact range of entry. It gave you a chance to escape, right? It chopped around for a while. It gave you multiple chances to escape, and it's in a little bit in the red right now. This is the type of trade to where it's like people will be hammering like, "What do you think's gonna happen? What do you think's gonna happen? What do you think's gonna happen?" I don't know what's gonna happen. Either we're gonna reject or we're not, and we have two easy highs and validations. We have a tight uptrend that's compressing, right? So if we do swing up on BTC to 42.8 and we're not doing anything with XMR, we could potentially just sweep these highs out before rejecting right down to the Monday lows. This can be a very good trade in the near future. And this is one trade that I want you guys to keep your eyes on. So I'm going to you could literally enter this trade if you want to right now, which is the reason why I'm telling you. Like, I want you guys to keep your eyes on this trade. This is a type of trade that can pay very, very, very nicely, very, very soon. So I'm gonna post this chart up here, and we're gonna come back to this. We're gonna circle back, and we're gonna see what XMR did. Okay, so let's go on to another trade, and this is full transparency, guys. You cannot count this as an L. You can't really count that as a win. You could have secured a win on this, but it's a 1.5% win. I mean, you might not be at the screen when that retest happened. You might not have put a TP there. You might not have cared. And right now, it's at the point to where you could enter the trade if you assume it'll reject soon. I mean, pretty much how I look at it. So take a look at the ultimate bot again. Look at some trade alerts. All right, a lot of canceled orders here, a lot of canceled orders. I don't want to look at like everything really. No, I think there's too much to look at. Eh, I guess we could look at some. Yeah, look at some more just to get full transparency, guys. I want you guys to see like everything. So let's look at hi-fi. Yesterday we got a lot of fills yesterday, so all these trades are gonna come from yesterday. So you just gotta trust me. Just gotta trust me because I don't want to keep flicking to the chart and stuff. So hi-fi USDTD, bang. We got filled yesterday on a short. And you got to remember, we just got filled on this, so it might not be playing out the way it's intended to. So 5, we got filled at 4:46 a.m. yesterday. 4:46 a.m. yesterday. So we got filled right here. So it filled at 584 right here to 587 right here. So your whole entry was right here. Then, let's say you have your overall entry here. Price swing up 1.6%. Our invalidation is way up here. And it dropped 1%. And currently it's underwater 1%. You see what I mean? You get a chance to close in profit, but you don't really have the 1R that you're risking. So you're not really going to close for profit there. It's up to you if you want to move your stops or not. Would I recommend moving your stops here? No, the trade has yet to play out. Right? It has yet to play out and compress. If you think the price is going to move down from here, you're still in a good entry. You have so much invalidation to go. Now let's take a look at Rose. Rose filled the trade at 101.59 to 101.21. If you guys don't believe me, we can take a look at Tilio. He'll screenshot it for you, but this one looks like it's in the red. So Rose, and I don't even know if I'm in this trade or not. I might be in this trade. So it filled at 5 a.m. yesterday, right here. It filled 101.59 right here to 102.1. So it filled all up here basically. This trade is underwater. It just missed your invalidation, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an alert here. If it tags the alert, it's it's out of the trade. This trade might get stopped out if it wants to show significant strength very, very soon. But it did retest res, it did reject off. There is clear invalidation. And this is the type of trade where if we come back to break even, are you just going to close a break even? Are you going to wait for it to swing below? That's why it's kind of hard for us to do like move your stops up or not. So this is not an L, but this is underwater currently. So keep note of that. GMX, USDT. And if anybody's keeping track of the statistics, like currently from last stream to now, I'd appreciate that. GMX filled a short from 43.30. And you got to remember, these are trades that just filled yesterday, so they might take time to play out. 43.31 right here to 43.53 right here. So this trade, not much is happening with this trade. I mean, it was underwater 1.5%. It went in profit a little bit under 1%. It's underwater right now about 1%. So GMX has yet to really do anything, and it's retesting the open now, so I can see this easily rejecting soon. If not, it might take time. It might have to sweep this wick up. It might move up here and then move back down from there. So it might be underwater about 2.5% before rejecting down. And then when it rejects down, it could easily sweep these lows down there. So not really much happening with GMX. Underwater 1%. SOL, we all know how that's going. Don't want to look at that shit. Lena, take a look at Lena. So very interesting that we're looking at what's happening right now with these coins. Because what's happening right now is like you guys get to see what's going on real time with the price. So with Lena, 626 yesterday, 626 yesterday. Yeah, Lena, you got blown out this trade. So another loss on Lena right here. Very significant. Very, very, very significant statistics here we're getting. You got filled right there, all the way up to 8 cents. You got filled right there. Bam. And obviously this one took you right out of that trade. Right there. Bam. You got out of that trade. So yeah, Lena was one of those that just exploded out. So you got two L's right there on the board. You have a trade that's underwater and then multiple wins from the last time we talked. Let's take a look at Jasmine. I'm not here to really sugarcoat much. I need you. You guys need to see how it works anyway, because you guys are going to be the ones using it. 517 4 to 52. Right there. Right there. You got filled right here. Your average entry right there. You got underwater 3%. Your invalidation would be about up here. And prices, it came back to entry. So more often than not, the price will come back to entry unless you get blown out of a trade, right? So this Jasmine trade looks a little bit like more on, I would say, on the stronger end. It's looking to punch up and create support around your entry. But the thing is, it moved up, you got underwater, and it gave you a chance to get out or even a little bit of profit. But that's up to you and how you manage the trade, guys. So the invalidation is meant to give you lee room so that you can then exit the trade if you so choose to. Let me flash back to the bot trades real quick. You can see right here. Lena one, you could X that out. That was a loss. We're underwater here slightly. This one I think is underwater. And then a lot of other ones. So yeah. Jasmine, like I said, this is the type of trade where you might have wanted to just close it out, break even, and just move on to the next. You don't have to let every trade right out. You don't want to let every trade right out. That's why you got to chart these up and see what's going on exactly. That way, you're not just blindly allowing the bot to do what it does, right? And if you are at a one or if you are at even 2-3% and you feel like that's a win enough for you, you take that win and move on to the next. There's always going to be another trade. Now let's take a look at the bake trade. I don't think much is happening with bake. It filled yesterday at 6:48 m. 3298. So it got filled right here on this wick to 3315 right here. So you got your overall average right there. Bam. So your invalidation would have came very, very, very close on this one. And then it eventually came back to entry. That's what I mean. With these type of plays, it gives you room to where the price is going to come back and give you a chance to exit, right? And that's what we're working on right now. Because as you can see, the invalidation is working. Sometimes it comes very close. Sometimes it doesn't come close at all. When it comes close, it usually comes back to entry to give you a chance to exit. So there's never room to panic. And if you do get out of a place, most likely because of a cascade upwards. So LPT, we got a short filled yesterday again around the same time. 707 yesterday. 707 bam. So we got filled right here at 7075 to 711 right here. Price went underwater 2.2% before rejecting 1.5%. Currently sitting at 1.1% underwater. So not much going on with this trade. Again, TRB short. This one I was interested to see how it reacted because TRB was a high volume coin. I'm not even in it right now, but TRB is at 115, so it is underwater if the trade is still playing out right here. Yesterday at 7:30 a.m. 7:30 a.m. Oh wow. What happened here with TRB? 114.10. Yeah, so you got blown out at TRB, absolutely blown out. Yeah, so that's another wow. These are a few L's. You see, this is the reason why it's still in testing because there's still a few tweaks that have to be done, and these are the ones that we're looking at real time right here. Usually, whenever it's an L, it's a big cascade upward. So I mean, you can see right here, like you would have taken an L, but then the price would have eventually came back, right? So I mean, just got to chalk that one up. Yeah, there's a lot more for me to go on. What I do want to look at is the few that are at entry right now or just recently got alerted for right now. So as we're on, we got filled for a short on band, right? So let's see what's going on with band. 170 to 171. Okay, so had a weird squeeze just now. Got filled at 174 to 1713 right there. Let's say you got an overall entry around the Monday high, your invalidation's up here. Obviously, you did not get invalidated out. And the trade's in profit right now. So, I mean, if you're in this type of trade right now, you decide what you want to do with it. If you don't want to ride the trade to invalidation, that's up to you. But the bot's giving you time to decide what you want to do. It's currently in profit. There's a maker long that got filled. I was actually looking at this one. I think I'm in this one actually. Yeah, this one I'm in. I took this one with the bot. See what's going on with it. So it's at entry. It filled just now. No, in the morning it filled. So it filled right here at 2011 down to 2001. So let's say you got your overall average entry around the Monday high again, right? This is a trade that looks promising. Looks very promising here. And you get a very loose invalidation as well, so you're pretty comfy. I mean, your invalidation is the whole Monday range basically on this one. And to me, this seems pretty good, especially because whenever the market looks iffy, Maker is usually an outlier. So if this pumps, we could definitely at least see a pump to the open. If not, we'll see a full-on reversal to the upside. So still a little bit of profit in this one, a little bit of profit in band. So you get chances to manage the trade here, especially because it's a low volume weekend. I'll take a look at TRX, but how much this I don't really like. Looking at this coin doesn't really move, but it is filled with the bot. It got filled at 11356 to 113. 11356 to 113. Let's see, got an energy right there. So it's underwater. And again, you get a looser invalidation, which is the reason why I say you don't want to be playing too many entries. And you got time to let this play out. I mean, there's not much to really add to this play. It's underwater clearly, but some of the greatest trades that I've had were underwater. So I mean, all in all, I would say as far as a week review, like of a few, let's say like 40 trades given. Like that's not a bad result at all by any means necessary. We got what that 21.5% on SKL, a few 1Rs, a few L's on Cascades. I would say only two L's. What was that on Cascades? And then one L XAM was the Cascade, and then TRB was the Cascade upwards. So I'd say all in all a pretty good showing this last week. And remember, we're implementing a few things. It's always learning every single day, minute, weekend, week, hour of price action, guys. This it's always working, always fixing itself, always doing things that it didn't do previous, trying to do them better. And that's the whole point of the testing, right? That's the whole point of us bringing forth to you. So the numbers are not like us telling you, oh, it's 100 to 8. It is, but this week we took maybe 2 or 3 L's compared to the last few weeks where we're only taking one. But you got to remember, there was a change in the tide recently too, so it's learning and adapting. The only thing we need now is a full-on cascade to the upside. The moment we get a full-on cascade to the upside, we'll have all sectors covered when it comes to the bot. We don't have that yet. We haven't had an impulsive move to the upside yet. And I mean a cascade. I mean us moving to like 52K in one candle type cascade. Like we need something big to happen to the upside for us to be like fully confident in the bot and releasing it. And we have yet to have that. But for now, these are the results. I want you guys to take notes on the results. Are gonna have a video up, and the next time we hop on, we're gonna have a lot more to go over. And that's what these are for. So let me see if I'm missing something. Yep. So if I'm not missing anything there, guys, I appreciate everyone for coming through. Thank you guys for coming by. We will do another one next week. I'll let you guys know before. And yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Have a good weekend. Peace.